Hello YouTube, today is the day. Lynae from A to Z. Here is everything you need to know about her kit, how she works, what you need to pay attention to, what you need to have prepared, and of course what her best teams are gonna be. So you can be ready for the release of the first Gyaru in Wuthering Waves. I wonder if she is into cosplay. If you enjoyed the video, remember to press that like and subscribe button. With that out of the way, let's get started. First, you will need to understand how Lynae's kit actually works. She's a Spectro Pistol user whose DPS consists mostly of basic attack damage, happy sanhua sounds. She can be played in two different ways, either as a full-on DPS or as a buffing sub-DPS, and I mean that literally. From her skill screen, you can select one of the two forms. You can only pick one of them at any given time, there is no way you can use both. The forms are called Rapture and Strain, and you can switch between them at any moment as long as you are not in combat. But what exactly is even the difference between those two forms? First, a quick rundown about the new off-tune mechanic. So whenever your resonator hits an enemy, it is gonna build off-tune. When the off-tune bar is full, your resonator can then use an execute attack called Tune Break. Lynae paints the enemy, applying a status effect on them that is called Shifting. When enemies under shifting get hit by a Tune Break attack from one of your resonators, they will enter an interfered state. The duration of the interfered state is currently unknown, we have no clue for how long it's gonna last, but here is the difference. In Rapture mode, when allies hit an enemy, Lynae will launch an off-field attack, while in Strain mode, Lynae's own damage is getting amplified. So this is a case of off-field versus on-field. Of course, you're gonna pick Strain mode if you plan to use Lynae as a DPS, so she can stay on field as much as possible, and you are gonna pick Rapture mode if you plan to use Lynae as a support or as a sub DPS, so she can deal damage off field without taking any more time. But regardless of what mode you select, her buffs are gonna be the same. When she uses her Liberation, she'll provide an insane 24% all damage amplification to the entire team for 30 seconds. Her outro also gives 15% all damage amplification and 25% liberation damage amplification, because why not, but only to the upcoming resonator for 14 seconds. And finally, her forte will provide 40 Tune Break boost points to all resonators for 30 seconds. At the first glance, I believe this increases the damage resonators deal with their Tune Break skills, but we don't know for sure. What we know though is that it increases the damage amplification Lynae receives in her DPS Strain mode. Don't know what to tell you. It's like Inlin and Shorekeeper were combined in some unholy ritual. So freaking universal, man, like damn. 39% all damage amplification to the upcoming resonator and 24% to the entire team. And the cherry on top, she has arguably the strongest exploration utility, being able to move at hyper speed using her skates. In Lahai-Roi, this is gonna be pretty useless because we have the bike, but in Rirasita and Huanglong, it will be amazing for short distance runs. And reminder, new regions in the future, we will not be able to use the bike in those, so it might get even more value. She can also create a rainbow and sit on it. No practical utility whatsoever. I guess you can use it to dodge the mobs. I don't know who is gonna do that on purpose, but it is great for aura farming, so there is that. In terms of materials, both Lynae and her signature weapon use completely new materials from the Lahai-Roi region, so there really is no way to pre-farm for her outside of the weekly materials. Hopefully everyone took their time to beat the Dreamless a couple of times. Remember that you'll need 26 feathers to fully max your character. For weapons, her signature is obviously gonna be the best, and what the 24% damage increase? A total of 48% total damage increase for the entire team for 30 seconds? 63% for the upcoming resonator? How did this even get through? If it wasn't for how stacked the banners are, I would definitely advise even F2Ps to try and get a copy of this one. But even if you don't get it, it is not the end of the world, because the new standard gun for Lahai-Roi is completely disgusting for DPS Lynae, even better than using some other character's signature. And for support Lynae, you got Static Mist. Both completely free, both absolutely amazing weapons. Maybe it will take you a bit to get a new standard gun. It's released with Lahai-Roi, maybe you don't have the standard pulls on hand. In that case, you can just use Static Mist for both forms until you get it. But what if I'm a new player and don't even have Static Mist? Well, you can cope with Nova Burst, or if you are a Battle Pass player, you can cope with Solar Flame. I don't know what to tell you. In your situation, I will not even bother leveling any weapon past level, I think 60, and I'll just say to pull for the standard gun in Lahai-Roi. Because what even is the point of Battle Pass weapons nowadays? They are simply worse than free-to-play weapons. And for ECHOS, you are looking at 2 of the 3 new ECHO sets from Lahai-Roi, Pact of Neon Light and the Rite of Gilded Revelation. Yes, you will need both of them. Neon Light is for Lynae support and the Revelation is for the Lynae DPS build. If you struggle with materials, focus on one of them first, then complete the other. The configuration is standard, attack percent 1 cost, spectral damage 3 cost, and if you have her signature or you use static mist, crit damage 4 cost, otherwise go with crit rate and crit damage substats. And for the support set, make sure you get 2 to 3 energy substats too, because most sub DPSs require 20 to 30% energy regen. And as a heads up, if you plan to build the Lynae as a DPS with the Rite of Gilded Revelation, then the just revealed 3-cost Echo Nebulous Cannon is gonna be your main Echo, providing spectral damage and basic attack damage bonus. In terms of skills, she does not have a completely wasted skill, everything increases her damage, but if you are short on materials, you can leave the intro and the regular skill at 6 and upgrade everything to 10 with emphasis on Forte. The Forte is the most important to get to level 10 first of all. As for teams, I mean by this point you should already be aware, Lynae works with everyone. Most of her buffs are universal, you can slot her as a sub DPS on any team in order to take advantage of any of the off-tune gimmicks Kuro will definitely throw at us, or you can put her on teams where you are lacking any particular partner for a DPS, or if you need access to that interfered state. Reminder that most of the new standard Lahai-Roi weapons have as a condition attacking an enemy in interfered state. With that being said, she's gonna love above all to be paired with Iuno. Her outro buffs resonance liberation damage among others, and Iuno provides healing, which is the only thing Lynae does not do. The best team you could make is the Augusta Iuno Lynae team, with Lynae buffing the entire team and extra buffing Iuno, Iuno providing healing and buffing Augusta, and let's not forget, Augusta's outro until this point was wasted. 15% damage amplification for all attributes is worthless on Shorekeeper, but it does wonders to increase Lynae's own damage. Even the concept of the team is sick, with sun, moon and a rainbow all at once. The synergy is insane. Each of them has a different element, being able to rotate who is the main DPS on a dime and taking advantage of any Tower of Adversity shenanigans. Enemies are resistant to Electro, it does not matter. You have Aero and you have Spectro. You are also freeing Shorekeeper for other teams. The last part feels like it matters less and less with every single day. And let's not forget Mornye, who is gonna, for the most part, take Shorekeeper's place in the new region. You can also go Iuno DPS with Lynae and Shorekeeper, or again Mornye if you don't have Augusta. You can also go Lynae full DPS with Sanhua and 𝗖cie. Sanhua buffs basic attacks and Lynae buffs 𝗖cie's liberation damage. If you don't have 𝗖cie, you can replace her with Shorekeeper or Mornye. You can also substitute xiangliyao on the brant lupa team. You are gonna lose lupa's full buff, but instead you get Lynae's, and lastly, the forgotten ones, xiangliyao and calcharo. I cannot imagine a single reason why you would use Inlin with them, instead of just running Lynae. Inlin gives 25% liberation bonus, so does Lynae. Inlin gives 20% electro damage bonus, but Lynae gives 39% all damage bonus, with more than half of this being applied to the entire team. What a sad state of affairs. I started playing this game because of Inlin. Just buff her or add her to the standard banner at this point, Kuro. This is actually sad. Thank you all for watching. Hope you found what you needed in this video. Until next time, have a wonderful day, good luck with your pulls, and see you in Lahai-Roi.